ClienTrax support. My name is Avery. Today I'll be going over how to edit and add a new employee card and to use the time clock feature in ClienTrax. Time clock is accessible using this icon located here under the client list. Clicking on that icon, you then get the time clock feature. You are then able to clock in and out of the database, so that way the ClienTrax will keep track of hours. There are two ways in order to clock in and out. You can use an employee number or you can use the operator password. Very first setup for a new employee being added to your database or for a brand new practice is to add a new operator. In order to do this, you would go to File, Administration, Setup. You would then click Operators. With the operator list in front of you, you would click I for Insert and be able to add this new employee's information. For more information, please see our other videos on how to use the operator list. For right now, I'm going to cancel out of that. And let's say ClienTrax here is already been added to our new employee and to our operator list. With this information completed, we can now close the computer operators and go to the employee cards. Employee cards are accessible by going to Main Menu and then choosing Employees. If this is your first time setting up a new employee, no employee cards will be displayed here as that has not been added. In that case, you would double click in this blank field and a blank employee card would appear. You would click the I for Insert and you would add your very first employee card. You can do this with a list of existing employees, or you also have the option after you've added your first one to click on any of your current employees and bring up their employee card. With a blank employee card or an existing employee card, you still need to click the I for Insert in order to add a new employee. Not all of these fields need to be filled out in order for this to work. For right now, I'm just going to do the last name and the first name. Note that the employee number is automatically assigned by ClienTrax. This helps to reduce the confusion or creating an employee number that has already been assigned. You always have the ability to edit and change those, but I would recommend leaving them as is. Once adding this new employee card, you would hit OK and notice that it's been saved as an employee. This employee can begin to clock in and out right now. In order to do that, you would use the employee number, this 0009. You would then go to time clock, and you can put that information in, 0009. Note how ClienTrax here is got a start time and is on the clock. This would have an employee have two different numbers to remember, an employee number and their employee password, which may be a number or a mix of numbers and letters. I would always recommend doing one more setup here. I'm going to sign out, or clock out I mean, and do the additional setup where one password is all that an employee would need to know. In order to do that, go to File, Administration, and choose Setup. Open the operator list again and select that new employee. Click the E for Edit in order to edit their operator card, and you would add an employee number at 0009. With that additional piece of information added here to the computer operator, they can now clock in or out using their employee password at 1234. Notice that they're clocked in just like they were when they used their employee number, but this employee no longer needs to know what their number is, and they don't have to remember a second set of information. Notice now no employees are clocked in at this time. With the addition of that employee number added to the operator list, you are then able to clock in simply by logging in to ClienTrax. Clocking in is as simple as logging in. In order to clock out, they would simply add their password and they are clocked out. If you have any additional questions on the setup of a new employee and a new employee card and using time clock, please call ClienTrax support at 614-875-2245 or send emails to support@clientrax.com. Thanks.